Welcome to my fabulous tire collection, something we all aspire to have. Not really. When my son purchased a new vehicle, he needed new tires, so we got them replaced and brought these home as a precaution. I still don't know why. But instead of recycling them, let's make something super fun with them instead. Because I want my shed back. I rolled out a couple of tires to the backyard, spacing them out to the length of a large board I had in my stash. The board was placed on top of the tires. Then each tire was filled with a hanging fern, plus a few other potted plants I had on hand. I now have a wonderful lowrider bench that is perfect to use as a small tabletop. With a chair pad to sit on the ground with, I have a wonderful place to read, write in a journal, or just enjoy a cup of coffee. Or just remove the chair pad and it's the perfect bench to rest for a few minutes while out gardening, or just a place to sit to appreciate the yard. My shed needed an extra cute feature. After cleaning up the porch, I used a few stumps to help position one tire standing upright against the garden shed. With a few holes drilled along the bottom, the tire was repositioned with a few rocks laid on top of the holes. Then some soil and flowers were planted inside the tire along the bottom. And my tire window box is now ready to grow flowers while looking super cute all summer long. I love how the black tire embraces the shed door and trim with flowers that blend right in for an unexpected and somewhat weather-protected window box treatment. Last summer, I planted some daisies near a bench. However, they deserve to stand out in a special way. So after weeding around the flowers, I placed a tire around the daisies before they got too large to do so. Now my daisies stand out in a special way, adding interest to this flower bed. Plus the tire is super easy to weed trim around, making this one very easy and effortless planter. Have a bare spot in the yard? Roll a tire into place, plunk in a fern or flowers, and the tire planter blends right in. What bare spot? This little garden is really coming along, but it needs one tiny addition right here. Let's fix that. Does your garden need a filler? A tire works wonders here too. You can also line the tire with a food-safe planter to grow a few vegetables in. Can you imagine a full-grown zucchini plant crawling out of one? Here's a super fun way to relax with a tire. I place two boards on top of one tire, then mark the ends on an angle. After cutting them with a miter saw, I pre-drilled holes into the ends of each board, then screwed them onto the tire. Pulling some full swivel casters from my stash, they were cleaned up, then 4 were screwed to the boards. Flipping the tire with casters on the bottom, I reached for a wood round I previously made with reclaimed boards attached with cedar strips. To make your own wood round, you can line up like-minded boards side by side until the tire is covered, then secure them with cedar strips. You can also purchase a wood round, small tabletop, or whatever you can find that fits on top of the tires. I sanded the top of the boards, getting them down to bare wood. Then one board was painted black to create a quirky accent. Once up on my patio, my instant coffee table on casters is ready to serve. I'm smitten with how the black tire and black board ties in with my other black accents, pulling everything together. But the best part? One tire plus casters is the perfect height for a footstool as well. Now I can really enjoy my summer outdoors with a little bird watching and coffee drinking, relaxing with my footstool table on casters. I hope this inspires you to consider trying a few of these tire ideas to enhance your own yard this summer. It's way more fun than recycling tires.
I want to turn this spindle into something fun for the backyard. I'm going to paint it this beautiful blue. I'm going to do both sides of the spindle so that it's all one color, and I want to make sure to do the ends as well. I want to add some additional colors. I'm going to add some sage green around a few of the smaller round parts. I find using a little brush for these parts really helps. I'm going to cover the entire spindle now with this pearl glaze. Once it's dry, it's going to add the perfect amount of shine. I found this piece of dryer venting at the reuse store recently. I'm going to start by slicing it down the middle. I can do this with just a normal pair of scissors. Now that I've worked my way down the middle, I'm going to go ahead and cut off a section. With this end cut off, I want to flatten it out. It's actually quite easy to flatten out by just pushing it down until it lays flat. Now that I have all 4 sections cut, I want to turn them into wings. I'm going to make 2 different sizes, so we'll have 2 larger ones and 2 smaller ones when I'm done. To give the wings a little bit of color, I'm going to lightly brush on some blue paint to the ends. I'm also going to add some sage green to the middles and then some cream paint to the tips of the wings. I'm just going to use some small nails and a hammer to hold all 4 wings in place. The final thing I need to do is attach a small head. I've gone ahead and painted a ball with the blue paint and Pro Glaze, and I'm just going to use some glue to hold it in place. I love how fun this giant dragonfly is. It adds such a colorful touch to the fence and was so easy to make. I hope this has inspired you to make some giant friends for your backyard this summer as well.
I found an old tire at a garage sale, and I knew I could make this into something fun for my backyard. So I started by cleaning it really well, getting all the dirt off, and then I spray painted it using this bright aqua color. It took a couple coats, and I only needed to paint the front and the sides. I left the inside bare and the back bare as well. So I grabbed a heavy-duty coated hook, and I screwed it to the side of a playhouse in our backyard. This is just a big blank wall, and I wanted to put something colorful on here. Once the hook was screwed into the wall, I just placed the tire on it. It's sturdy enough that it's going to hold the tire and it's going to keep it in place nice and secure. Then I added some soil and some colorful flowers. This area of my yard gets a decent amount of sun, so these flowers are really going to thrive in this little planter here. And now I have a colorful piece of decor on the side of this playhouse. This was a really easy DIY and one that you can do with an old tire. I hope you're inspired to go try to repurpose a tire of your own.
We're going to be designing on this extra large wagon wheel, and this was only $19.99 from Tractor Supply, and I think this is going to make a huge statement. We're going to start with this mixed eucalyptus bush. I really like it because it also has the seed heads, and what we're going to do is just remove that tag. So then what we can do is we can come back in with our staple gun. So 2 staples just like that will keep it in place. So again, just pull back that greenery a bit. Take your staple gun and staple it right on. So we have 3 in one direction. We're going to do 3 more in the opposite direction. Up next, we're going to work in some peonies. So these have really large flower heads, which are going to be great to keep this to scale since we have such a large wagon wheel. Essentially, what we can do is just hot glue them right to the existing greenery. This works for year-round use in any style. So we worked in enough peonies. I think what would be nice is to come back in with a little bit more filler material. And then what we can do is just dip them in our glue skillet, separate the flowers beforehand, and work them in. So that's the finished product. Let me hang this up and show you how it turned out. And here's the finished product. I absolutely love the way it turned out. I love the simplicity of it. And like I said earlier, feel free to choose your own color scheme, flowers that match your own decor. You could also work in a bow. You can also work in a sign.
So I have an assortment of vintage garden tools in my toolbox here, and I have the lid of an oil drum can. You will need a drill with a metal bit for your clock part to fit through. We're going to mark where our tools are going to be. What I did was I created a template using a piece of paper that was just slightly larger than the large hand. Your parts need to fall within this space around the template. Some of these tools are easier to attach than others, so they're all going to actually be attached a little bit differently. But just drill a hole or two, figure out your wire, attach it, and twist it on the back. Okay, so I've got my 12, my 3, my 6, and my 9 all attached. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place all of my other tools. Now for the best part, we get to hang it on the wall. So I've chosen to hang this right above our back door, so that now all our guests will see exactly what time it is when they arrive.